What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? I gotta make sure that this is working correctly, real quick. Put this here. All right. Oh, well, there's a lot of people on right now. A lot of people on. How's everybody doing today? Let me kind of go up through here. Just kind of see who's all on real quick. Ooh, that's a lot. Nice, nice, nice. Probably not going to read through every one of those. So if you got a question, just re-put it in and I'll get to it because there's quite a bit. Um, let's go through here. Hello, Fun Size. How are you doing? Did everybody enjoy that video of Fun Size last week? I thought that was really good. Hopefully we can get some more of those. I think it's a lot of fun. So remember, guys, the giveaway is going to go when we have 2,000 views on that video. It's up to like 1.4, 1.3, 1.4, something like that right now. So it's still got a little bit to go. Just make sure that you share it, and the more people who see it, the faster we get to the giveaway. One thing that I've been kind of debating on right now, I was going to send him a message today, and then I never got around to it. But there are some people out there that have started leaving me comments about Denture Rescue's regular dentures. They send you a thing to make a mold of your mouth. And oh, what happened here? It looks like it froze for a second. Oh, it's because I need to push play. They send you a thing to make a mold of your mouth, and then they send you some, and then you send it into them, and then they make you dentures. And apparently, they're really good. I've had a few people now reach out to me and say that they've actually used a regular denture service, and they've used their partials, and both of which are really, really good. And I think that it would only behoove them to actually market those a little bit. So I'm going to try to reach out to them and see if they can send those, because they're cheaper than even affordable dentures. I think when it comes to just getting the regular ones, I heard they're really, really good. So I'd like to see them. And you guys know my obsession with the whole vampire teeth ones too. I've already tried to reach out to them and tell them to send me some of those, and they said that they were planning on it, but they were going to wait until this promo. What they're doing right now is they're doing a promo of the Now Dentures. I don't know how long it's going to last for or anything like that, but they're trying to get the word of mouth out on the Now Dentures currently, and so they're focusing all their energy on that. And if you guys haven't noticed, there actually has been quite a bit of I hate doing this. I don't have it queued up on here, or else I would do this on my computer. But I've actually been going through and seeing this ad right here quite a bit on a lot of my stuff. It's just the one of Dr. Jaffe that's on their main page, kind of showing everybody how to do the Now Dentures and stuff. And it sounds to me like they've gotten a hold of YouTube and they're actually promoting that. And they've even told me that they were going to get a hold of YouTube anyways to get some of these scams out of here, because we've talked about this 100 times over. A lot of times when you're watching denture videos and you're going through trying to find the correct dentures and stuff, what happens a lot of times is the scam companies will put their advertisement, because they make a ton of money off of it. They'll put like $1,000 in to promote their specific thing, tied to specific requests. So like if you're type searching dentures or DIY dentures or anything like that, then it'll automatically play that scam denture thing. And YouTube really doesn't care. I don't think Google or YouTube really cares to look into it and see if it's an actual company or not that's giving you a quality product. I think to them, the advertisement section of it is just companies give them money, and then they do advertisements based on your search results and stuff. So I know that Denture Rescue told me that they were going to be looking into it, because they watched several of my videos, and they said that every time that they looked through, they seen that there was a lot of a lot of scam advertisements. Not only that, but they were getting calls from people because everybody can reach out to them. You can go to denturerescue.com, and they've had a few people call them and tell them that they owe them money back because of this scam product, only to find out in the end, because they've sent me some of these emails, wondering what it was about, because people used my name saying Bryson Michael RC said that this product blah blah blah, and they're like, did you know anything about this? And I'm like, it sounds to me like they just got a scam product based on advertisement. Some people don't realize that when the advertisements play, sometimes it's not a part of the video. It'll just switch into an advertisement and then switch out of it. And some people don't realize that it's an advertisement that's playing because it's based on the same thing. And it's easy to get scammed into that when it's not a part of my video at all. You know what I mean? And so there was somebody on there that got a product and said that they even tipped me a certain amount of money or something, and they were wanting to know if they could get their money back because it was the wrong product. And like I said, like I've told everybody, if you're not spending a certain amount of money, you're definitely not getting the right product. I've had a few people leave messages to me saying, I can't believe this is a scam product, a waste of $45. And I'm like, if you're spending $45, you don't have the right product at all. Like, if you're spending under, $175 for one play, if you're spending under that, you're not getting the right product. And you can't get it from Temu, and you can easily get misled, and they cost more from Amazon. Really, if you're not going to denturerescue.com and buying it, then you're going to the wrong place. There is a product tag in some of my videos that says like Walmart/Denture Rescue. Those were kind of automatic tags at first, and then I just started going ahead and tagging it because it is the correct product and it has the right pricing and everything. And that's something that I verified with Denture Rescue as well. There was some other ones that said Now Denture or something that got automatically tagged to some of my videos, and we ended up having to go through and take those down because they were incorrect. So, let me read through these. Hold on. Fun says, don't forget to go to the top and set the chat to all. Yeah, just remember to do that. Oh, another thing too, I set a live goal. So this goal is separate from some other things. And if you guys want to leave a super chat and you want to dedicate it to a certain thing, then that's fine and we can work that out. But I had a lot of fun last week. I think that there needs to be kind of a neutral ground on some topics and stuff. And I know some people get pretty passionate about political stuff and things like that, but I was actually kind of talking to a buddy of mine, and I was like, man, maybe one night a week I can do the live Q&A thing for the Now Denture product stuff that I said that I would do. But then I can pick a different night a week where we can do sort of like a non-Now Denture related. Because here's the thing, when all of my videos are basically Now Dentures, it kind of turns this thing into like a Now Denture page, and it almost makes me seem like I'm just a salesman for Now Dentures, which that's not even it. It's just basically my reviews and my thoughts and stuff behind the product itself. So I would like to do a few videos kind of a little bit away from that. And I thought about doing like a podcast type thing, because I think I had a lot of fun with that. And then actually looking up topics and discussing those topics and stuff. I thought it would be a whole lot of fun. So I set a goal on here for super chats just so I could actually start putting the money into building a studio. That's the point, is I'm going to start doing some goals on these lives so I can get a better computer, because my computer's way old and out of date and super slow. My camera's pretty good. It's actually one of the better Logitechs. I've had it for a long time. My secondary screen's pretty good, and the program that I use is pretty good, but I do want to get a better backdrop and stuff set up. So no, today's not the giveaway. We're not doing the giveaway until that video reaches 2,000 views. Yeah, a Discord would be a pretty good idea. I'm kind of debating on whenever I do a podcast thing, because here's my problem with a lot of podcasts out there. You have a lot of right-leaning podcasts and a lot of left-leaning podcasts, and one of the things that I realized, there's this big story out right now. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's huge. It's all over the place. It's at least on mine. This big bricks and minifigures story that's came out, and in this story, This kid, his name is Ben. He goes and helps this guy named Brian, and this guy named Brian, him and his dad, um, they basically have collected this vintage Star Wars Lego collection. And this vintage Star Wars Legos collection is worth like over $100,000, almost $200,000 or something like that. And then so he went to this store called Bricks and Minifigs to put this, because they would do a consignment thing and basically sell it for him, and then they would keep a percentage of it, and he would get a certain amount. That store ended up doing a whole bunch of shady stuff along with the corporate of Bricks and Minifigs. All this shady stuff happened there. But whenever they went down to try to serve them with like lawsuit paperwork and stuff like that, the police in that place actually violated their rights tremendously. It was insane how corrupt that police department in American Fork, Utah was. I mean, if you watch these and the body cams and the stuff that they redacted from the body cams because they got full unredacted stuff, like it is just corruption after corruption. And I noticed that pretty much every one of the podcasts that I watch that is on the internet, almost everybody's covering this right now because it's like the biggest story on the internet right now. And I encourage you guys to go look it up if you haven't. It's a saga. There's so many videos on it, it's not even funny. I first started watching it when Ben was putting it out, and then suddenly like everybody got into this thing. It was crazy. But all the podcasts that I know about that I kind of like, that are kind of right-leaning, were being very, very cautious about the whole police corruption thing and slightly being bootlickers on top of that. And then all the left was, attacking them even further than they should be. There was no like real neutral ground, and it was like the right-leaning ones were more, they would finally say something about the police whenever it was like the third or fourth video that came out, and their fans were getting in the comments and saying, no, you need to mention the police corruption because it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So anyways, I say all that to say this. Like, I would love to like I've said 100 times, I'm more of a conservative person and I'm more right leaning, but there are a lot of issues, including like police corruption and stuff like that, that I do lean more in a different direction on. And there's several other issues, and we've talked about them. Like I'm actually one of those conservative people who's actually been on the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to making money. So I actually know what a lot of people have to go through on most of these social programs, and how much of a struggle people have to go through. And it's not like a lot of the right-leaning podcast people will say, this is America. People come over here with $2 and they just hold themselves up and get a job and they make this great life and all this different stuff, so you can do it too. And it's just like, that's not in the cards for everybody. You know what I mean? And these social programs seem like they work against you most of the time. So I just think that there needs to be some sort of a podcast that's more honest about that type of a thing. And I just couldn't find it through this whole police scandal that's happening in American Fork. So I don't know if that was a whole boring discussion, but that's what got me on the whole idea of doing. And then when we discussed it last week and about all those other topics, like I just think it would be a good idea. I got some Reese's. Anthony said he's definitely seen the Bricks and Minifig story everywhere. It's all over the place. If you watch like The Quartering, he's and that's the thing too, is like you start to notice how some of the people that are more prominent right-leaning people only seem to be reporting on like a small percentage of the story. Like, I think I left a comment on one of his videos saying, is this called The Quartering because you only get about a quarter of the information and do a video about it? It's just ridiculous. Nope, I only got two of them. I would put these in the fridge so they would get a little bit harder. I love peanut butter and chocolate when it's cold. I just read your thing, Susan. Hope everything gets better soon. That sucks. For sure. I seen everybody else saying, get better, Susan, and stuff. I had to go up and read it. They are. They are the best cold. Way better cold than they are. Well, Reese's is one of those chocolates that as soon as you put it in your fingers, it starts to melt. So really, the only way to eat it is to put it in the fridge. I swear, me and my wife both gained like 10 more pounds because we just kept getting these big bags of Reese's and eating on it nonstop. Did we not? Have I had any food stick to my teeth? Not really. Like maybe for a second, but not really that not really that long. Like most everything comes off when you just look there. Like if you get any food stuck to any part, just lick it, and it comes off fairly easily. I think. I like these little ones. I think they're the best ones in this size because they're the best consistency. No, no, not these ones aren't the best consistency. Is it the eggs? Isn't it the eggs? I think it's the eggs, the Reese's eggs. The hearts, that's right. On Valentine's Day, the Reese's Hearts have the best chocolate to peanut butter ratio. A lot of times the cups have a little bit more, like the bigger cups, you're just like expanding thin chocolate, but you're filling it full of peanut butter. But you have to get the ones that are smaller because they have thicker chocolate around the outside and the right consistency. But the hearts are the best ones because the hearts go into that little point and that area is thick with chocolate. It's like 50-50, almost perfect. I'm not a huge dark chocolate fan. I never have been, but there are certain dark chocolates that I really like. Mostly like there's English biscuits that have dark chocolate smashed between two biscuits. It's really good. Like really good. Maybe I should have titled this Bricks and Minifigs because that's such a huge story. Maybe this would have launched. It seems like everybody's jumping onto that story just to promote their videos and stuff. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to go and put live chat as well. I guess I should do that. There we go. Oh man, that one like pulled out the top. I think Fun Size, what's some of the food that you've tried now that you haven't been able to eat before? And Anthony too. Well, some of the things that you've been able to eat now that you couldn't eat before. Who else is in here right now that has a pair of now dentures? I like to chew off the middle just to leave a little bit on the outside because then that leaves me the best consistency. If I could just punch out the middle and just eat the ring around it. That's the best. Have you tried any steaks yet? Or anything a little bit more difficult? That's a good one. Pizza. Pizza's probably one of the first things you got to do. Pizza chips and nerd gummy clusters. I'm still not big on chewing gummy stuff. Like I can, I've eaten several gummy things. But like the only thing that I get really kind of hesitant about, because gummy you can bite into it and then when you pull it across it'll, like if you have any adhesive on, like you can lose adhesive strength really easy chewing gummies and stuff and gum. But also like trying to chew into hard candy. Like it can be done and I've done it. Like I ate a what are those popsicles that have like the indent with the star and stuff on it? The Tootsie Roll Pops, yeah. I was sucking on one of those and then I got down to where like you could see the Tootsie Roll in the middle and I chewed it up and ate it. But I get really like hesitant on it because it can kind of disrupt the adhesive and stuff. Have not tried steak yet. We had steak one day and then we had steak fajitas the other day this week. So I eat steak all the time. Haven't tried an apple or cauliflower yet. Those, I think when it comes to those harder things to eat like an apple, like you have to have it perfect. I think the other pair that I have that I fit really fast and they fit fine and they're comfortable. I can wear them around, but they're not as perfect as the ones that I have in my mouth. Um, I don't think I would try to eat an apple with those because I think you just have to have them perfect, and then you definitely have to have adhesive at least in the back part because when you bite in, unless you're biting in from the side, because when you bite in from the side, it's a whole lot easier. But if you try to bite from the front like natural, like the backs will start to try to pull away. So you just have to have a little adhesive in the backs, but. Well, usually just with my regular amount of adhesive that I wear all day anyways, I can eat an apple and nuts and all that stuff because these ones are perfect, perfectly fit. Peanut M&Ms are my most recent favorite thing. Nice. Had my first steak this past week and it was amazing. That's great. That's great. Do what? Yeah. The last steak I made wasn't the one that I made the video with. I don't know if it was just the meat itself or not, but it wasn't the greatest steak. It was still a good steak. Don't get me wrong. I'll tear up a steak. Steak is kind of like pizza to me. It's all good. Some are better, but it's all good. Like you can't really mess up a pizza. Um, but because I mean, steak you can put sauce on it and stuff like that and make it taste better. So you can't really mess up a steak per se. Um, but that one, the greatest thing about the steak that I made the last time that I made the video on, um, I cooked it almost perfectly. It was the steak itself that I don't think tasted that great, but I cooked it almost perfectly because it was like melting your mouth. I mean, I was eating the steak on video, and I kept thinking to myself, like, this isn't difficult to eat. Like, this wouldn't be difficult for anybody because if you cook it on the right temperature and you get the right temperature on the inside, it just falls apart. So, if you cook a steak perfect, it's not hard to eat. I think I had somebody leave a comment on that said, I eat a steak with my gums, bro, or something. I've seen people do that too. I've talked about the lady that I worked with at the casino who I literally watched eat an apple without teeth. Like, that was the wildest thing I'd ever seen. I don't know. I don't know how she did it. I really don't. But I watched her do it. She must have just had rock solid gums. Best way to eat an apple is just cut it up in chunks and then dip it into some caramel and eat it that way. Like, instead of biting into the apple. But it can't, like I showed, it can be done. Chew on both sides at the same time. I swash mine around, so I'll usually start on one side, swash it to the other side, and then swallow it. That's typically how I do it. But yeah, that would probably be the best way because then you don't get any uneven balance, like pulling more off one side. Because the more you chomp down, the more the one side that's not chomping kind of pulls away. Brian says, I got the Now dentures now, still playing with them. Haven't been able to get them to work with each other. But I'm able to get the top to work with my bottom dentures and that I already have. Oh, that's good. That's good that you got them to work with your existing ones. I always tell people when they have existing, because a lot of people have like no teeth on one, but they have teeth on the other, or they have bottoms but they don't have tops, or vice versa. I always tell people that they're not going to match up, and they typically don't. I mean, you could sand them down to get them to match up. I'm not sure how that would look because they match with each other. There's a specific way you have to do it, and that's why in the video I show how, like mine, when they first started, they had a gap in the front, and then I had to add a little bit to the top, like roll a little bit up and stick it in, add it to the top, and push it up, and then the same until I got them both level. Because my ridge isn't just, well, here, it's not straight like that. It actually goes like that. So the top points up, and then I have one side that's down and one side that's up. So I have to build them up on the inside to get them to set level. Donna said polypeptide now makes extra strength powder that lasts 12 hours. I haven't used it yet, but I've always had good luck with powder. I've had pretty good luck with powder too. I like using it. I like using it with my regular Fix-It-In, both together. It's like an extra strength thing. But at nighttime, it's really nice because I can get my, like, if I don't want to wear them and I don't want to like have all that mess to clean up or anything, I'll just put a little bit of powder on it. If I want a late night snack and I got to pop them back in for like a few minutes, like I've had really good luck with just powdering it really lightly and putting it in and then coming out nice and clean. Yeah, if you're working on getting them both to line up, that seems like that would be the thing that you need to do is just take some of that extra heat and mold and you roll it up into little small uh like snakes, like when you have putty, you roll it up in little tiny things and then where it, like, so if your gap is going like this, then you can add it like in the top part and then I'll kind of push it down a little bit and then like just depending on where it's up or sideways or anything like that, you stick a little bit in, a little tiny bit at a time, and you keep doing that until you get it just about perfect. And then what I did is once I got it just about perfect to where they matched up and it's good, then I stuck the whole thing in hot water and popped it in and just bit down and then got it to perfectly form. And that's typically how I got it to work. Because mine's the same way. Because my gums are so awkwardly shaped and uneven, it was really hard to get it to match up. And you can see in the video when I sit there and close my mouth for the first time, and it's like this. Yeah, I think that's what it looked like. And then I just built a little up in the front and got it to go forward. Or the bottom, whichever one is uneven the most. Fixodent Ultra with scope. That's is mine Ultra? Hold on. No, I'll be right back. Let me see. Let me see. 1 second. No, mine's just plus. I guess I didn't know they made a Ultra with scope. Mine's just the plus. But I love the scope. It makes your mouth feel fresh when you put it in. It's great in the mornings. Especially since I drink milk before I go to bed. My mouth doesn't taste very good in the morning. So put that Fixodent Plus with scope in, man. It just makes your mouth feel good. Fresh. Polydent. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know what polypeptide was. You use the same one? That's awesome. It's like my favorite. Like even when I bought those ones from Amazon that were like all those different brands that were non-zinc, which after doing a bunch of research, the zinc isn't really all that bad for you. It's just like overdoing the zinc, but you can't really overdo it with this because it's really not that much zinc that's in it. But when I showed all those zinkless ones, I still bought a set that had like a mint flavor in it. Like every time I put a type in that doesn't have a type of flavor in it, I'm just like, oh. She said, I have no idea where the word came from. Donna said, I would like to know the temp that the water should be at. I just do it till it boils. That's kind of the direction. Just heat up the water till it boils and then remove it from the heat. I've got it to work fine and slower, like right before, when you start to see the bubbles start to come from the very bottom. I've pulled it off and it doesn't activate as quickly. So like you can do it in less heat, a little bit of less heat, and it works a little bit slower for you, not as quick of a heat up, but it it stays hot for a while. Like in those videos, I think I only refilled the little container that I had 3 times, and that was like a 45-minute video. So, and you can tell it's like once it gets past a certain temperature, it just stops activating. Anthony, that's what I worry about. He said the Ultra is a little harder to clean up, but it holds longer. Um, and I just realized I'm seeing these pop-up things on here, but they're not popping up on my live. What is happening? Has it not been showing up on my video all day? Because it should be. Whoops. What did I do? Drag that to the side. Oh, didn't mean that. Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what this is doing. Not that one. Ah, I get why it's not. Okay. That's my fault. I will be better. Somebody say something again real quick so I can see this. I had to make a video using my OBS the other day, and just so this stuff wouldn't be in the way, I moved it all out of the way. Now it's showing up. Oh, it was? You could see it at the top? It should be good now. Let's make sure. Did it not transition? There we go. That should be good. There we go. My bad. Realize that, like, what? How far into this are we? Almost an hour. Denture magic, huh? Donna says there's a denture remover called Denture Magic. To me, this has been denture magic. It's pretty good at removing. I swash it around in my mouth, and then I get a little bit of a napkin and just kind of wipe it out. Brian says, I find it interesting that I watch this on TV, but I have to use my phone to comment. Yeah. Yeah, they do make some TVs that have a keyboard thing, but I wouldn't see. I guess if you're watching on YouTube, don't they make TVs where you can use your remote as the mouse and actually click on the comments and it'll pop up like a little, it would take forever to type anything out. Pops up a little like keyboard thing that you can kind of type through. Yeah, Gauze seems very wasteful. Hello from Reno. Well, thanks for joining us, Max. Hello from Kansas. There's a few people in here from Kansas, actually. Quivox says, oi. In that, so you must be from, oh, wait. How come it says in the chat, hey, and then on the thing it said, oi? Oh, it's translation, huh? So you must be from somewhere else, another country. I was about to say you might be from Australia. Saying oi. So you guys watch a lot of YouTube on TV, huh? Catherine's saying, hey, at work, dropping in to say hi. What's up, Catherine? Or A. Catherine? Or A.K. Atherine? See, that just seems like a little too much, getting like microfiber washcloths and stuff. I just get basic, cheap paper towels and then wipe them out. And while it's coming out, I just kind of roll it up. And then the glue kind of hardens up into a little ball and just toss it. I have my whole routine like every night and every morning. And then I use a little toothpick. So when I take them out, I got a little toothpick. So inside of the actual denture itself, you can just stick a toothpick in and start twirling it, and all of it comes out twirled up onto the toothpick. It comes out clean, comes off completely clean. At least my Fix-It does. I got a whole thing of toothpicks in the back that I just grab one out and I start twirling it up. So Mike says, if link doesn't work, it's at Walmart or at least listed there. So I've never clicked on it before. When the product link goes on, it says Walmart/Denture Rescue. And I think it's more expensive anyways, because I think it says like $197. So if anything, everybody needs to go to denturerescue.com if you're going to order them, because denturerescue.com is the best place you can get them. Plus you get the $10 off at denturerescue.com. But some people, you can tell them all day, and I'm telling you this 100%. I could say till I'm blue in the face, go to denturerescue.com. And some people, if it's not Amazon, Temu, Walmart, or something like that, they do not trust going to a website and ordering something. I don't know why, they just don't. And so they will not buy it from anywhere else. Even though I've told everybody, I've left comments on people's things, like, do not. I got a product placement in there only because people trust Walmart, and I'd rather have a product placement that they can go somewhere that they trust to go get it if they don't want to go to the website. But I tell everybody, go to the website. Everybody go to denturerescue.com. That's the only place to go do it. Really the only place to go do it. Some people just won't. And they get there and they go, this website doesn't look professional or something, or, they just don't trust it. So they go elsewhere. So you know what? Next best place. Linda says they only sell the upper large at Walmart. So, well, now we know. Yeah, I get on Temu every other couple days and just go through there and try to see if there's anything out there. There's actually a funny video out that's showing all these Temu products that are like this big. People like sold their furniture and bought new furniture only for it to be like sized for a child. Or like they went to go get clothes hampers and that were supposed to be big, and they come back and they're like these tiny little hampers, like all this stuff, and then it cuts and shows these two people that have dentures, and they're just like these big goofy cartoon teeth and stuff. And that's basically all I've seen on Temu is those style of really, really, really goofy, super cheap, but really, really, really goofy teeth. Sativa, and that's part of it too. The Amazon ones aren't that good either. I mean, it's just one of those products that because it's DIY, they're just not gonna have good reviews. Because like I've said 100 times over, it's easier to get bad reviews than good reviews. Like you could beg people till you're blue in the face to leave a good review, Most people that if they're satisfied, they just go on with their day. But if you get mad about something and you're not satisfied, you want to let everybody know. So I always take reviews with a grain of salt when it comes to DIY projects, especially like DIY dentures, because there are a lot of people out there who just can't succeed at it, um, who won't succeed at it, and they are more than happy to get on there. And hell, I get them in my comments all the time. People treat me like I'm the sales guy for these, um, or they blame me. I have even had a guy leave a comment saying that he was getting with his lawyer or something. Like it's just part of the process when it comes to DIY stuff, and it sucks because you should be able to go through there and who like especially on like Amazon, they should be able to go through there and be like, well, what wasn't successful about it? I can read through a lot of those reviews and just you can just know that it's somebody who rushed it or just isn't good at any type of DIY stuff. I mean, just like I said, some people are just it's just not going to work for you. Mostly just impatient people, because I think as long as you're patient, as long as you know that it can take like a week to get it perfect or 2 weeks to get it perfect, it's going to take a little here, a little there, um, to get it just right. You really got to take your time, and it's not as easy as just heating it up, throwing it in your mouth, and going. Because I think a lot of people get this product and they think that that's what it's going to be. Because Easy Denture is more popular and they've been out for a long time. I think a lot of people, even when I started doing the Now Denture, almost everybody knew about Easy Denture, but they didn't know about Now Denture. And now Easy Denture kind of ad- advertises it like a product that you can just heat it up, put it in your mouth, and go. Which it's not even that easy. Like Easy Denture is not easy. There's nothing easy about it. Like if you want to get something that fits right, that you're going to be comfortable with, and you're going to be comfortable in front of people with, you got to put some time into it, and you got to have some patience, and you got to really build up the small parts and work at it. But some people, a lot of people actually, not just some people, but a lot of people just do not have the patience, and they want that easy quick fix, and it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, there's just nothing out there that's going to be that easy. How long does it usually take to get them? Depending where you are, they are in Cleveland, and I've heard of people closer to Cleveland only taking 2 or 3 days, and then further away, I've heard people. Somebody was in Montana, took 4 days, and somebody in California said that it took 5 or 6 days. So just kind of depends on the. They usually do it. I think the regular postal service. So however long it takes to get from Cleveland, really. So you can put an order in. They're gonna go out the next day, and then it'll take 3 to 5 days for them to get there. And I've heard of people doing the overnight option. Don't do the overnight option because they don't even put it out till the next day. They don't even put it out for delivery till the next day, so it's still going to take like 2 days for it to get to you. So I wouldn't choose the overnight if it's still available. I got on there and told them like you probably shouldn't do that, but Sativa says, yeah, I've seen comments they're paying you. Yeah, people accuse me of that all the time. Yeah. There's even somebody who made a video saying with me in it, saying that it was a scam product and stuff. So that frustrated the hell out of me. But I mean, that's what the internet's for. People are going to do what they do. But I get a lot of negative comments. Way more positive comments, like far more positive comments. But I still get a lot of negative comments. And usually, when people get mad because it doesn't work for them, they want to blame somebody. So usually, it's more personal. Like people will start being conspiracy theorists and saying that like I'm marketing these or I'm getting commission from them and all this different stuff. Like it's crazy. I wish I was getting commission from them. I've sold enough of these for them. Jeez. And I know I have. Like they've told me that they've made quite a bit of money off of it. I haven't seen like they at the very beginning they gave me $100 on Amazon, which I hate getting Amazon money. And then there was another time that they sent me $200 on Amazon, just because I said, "Hey, I've sold a bunch of these for you. Like, I wish I could get a percentage or something." They're like, "We'll send you $200 if you want it," and it wasn't $200; it was 200 Amazon gift card. So I just bought something on Amazon with it. It's not money; it's just an Amazon gift card. I'd rather just have cash or a check written out. That'd be nice. I went back and forth with one person because they said that I had a commission, and I was just like, no. Like, yeah, I get it. So technically, if you want to say that I get a commission for the videos, then yeah, because I get money from YouTube. So YouTube pays me per view or per watch hour on each video. It's not a lot of money. It's not how much I would be making if I actually made like 10 or 15% off of whatever they're making. That'd be nice, but they're guarantee they're making a ton more money than I am. And I'm not doing these videos so I can sell you on them. I've never made one of these videos to try to convince somebody. At least not in my book. So it may sound like it, but it's all these are from the heart, like reviews, what I think about it. And like I've said 100 times over, like I just want to get the point across that they changed my life, and I just want that for somebody else. That's all they're about. And I've tried not to overdo it and beat a dead horse, so I don't make a I could, if I wanted to, I could make the same video every single day, and then it would probably like double and triple what I made on YouTube. But it's sleazy. I'm not a used car salesman, so like I try to make a video when there's something honest to make a video out about, and then in that video, just in case there's any new subscribers or any new people coming over to watch it, I try to re-say some of the things that I've said at other ones, because there's a lot of those videos where people didn't see the original video or the original last several videos. They're coming to that one for the first time, so I want to at least make that information available on every video that I make. Yeah, that's true, Sativa. She said yes, or they've been scammed so many times they don't want to believe that it's a real product. I get that a lot. There's several comments of people saying that they just automatically say it's a scam, and then that they've been scammed a ton. I don't know how many people have left a comment saying, "I've already wasted X amount of money," like not wasting anything else on something like this. And it's just, that's fine. People will literally leave negative comments as much as they can. That's what the internet's for. All right, as we're saying this, I got a notification. Let's read this one. Hold on. Oh, these are about the Easy Denture, which I'm fine with anybody putting negative ones on the Easy Denture one, because I'm not a big fan of it anyways. Oh, that guy just said Easy Denture, not a good denture. I just got the Now Denture, going to try them out. Hey, that's awesome. That's actually a good one. Deborah Williams said, "Fun size lady, your review rocked. Clear, genuine, and your teeth look beautiful." She's got a bunch of can you see? She's gotten a bunch of comments on hers. It's not letting me cycle through them. That's good. Isn't that a positive feeling when you get on and kind of put yourself out there, and you get nothing but good reception? I don't think I've seen any negative ones on Fun Size's video. It's a relief. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, 1.4. Linda, I agree with you. Every purchase that uses my code, I wish I mean, they should at least be keeping track of that. You know what I mean? That'd be nice to get like a check cut. That'd be, because I actually hate asking you. Like, we have a goal set right now. It's basically just so it can help, I can help put money towards getting a more professional studio setup going on. And I know most of you guys are in horrible situations, and I hate asking anybody for some money. Um, but every now and then there's a really nice person that has deep pockets that every now and then they'll donate and stuff like that. So um, sorry, I got in the middle of reading something for a second. I thought I just about got lost in that. Oh yeah, because Steva said, "That's so true." Or they've been. Oh wait, not that one. There was a different one. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. Said you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make. I appreciate you the comments, Steve. That means a lot to me. Mike says, "I hate that my lips pucker onward without teeth. Any solutions you don't when you don't have dentures yet?" Nope. That's mine do that too. I think that's just what happens when you don't have teeth against anything to put your lips against. Yeah, 10% would be nice. Bottoms will arrive Tuesday. That's awesome. That's what I like about these two is you can order them one at a time instead of having to buy both of them. It's great. Over enthusiastic and irritated. I've done that too. Good constant hot water on the roof of your mouth. I've done that. I just don't think there's a solution for that unless you just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys actually have dentures and sleep with them in, but I don't do that. And I can't get my I think my mouth is so big that I can't get my bottom jaw and my like I've seen a lot of people be able to touch the bottom and top gums together. Number one, I don't want to do that because that'll start making creases here, but I can't do it. Like I still have a bit of a gap. The furthest I'm not gonna take these out and show you, but it's really weird. But your lips do go inward. I don't think I drool like crazy at night though, any more than I always have. I mean, I've always been kind of a nighttime drooler. I guess I'm a mouth breather at night is what you would call it. I just Lori says, "Oh my goodness, I'm glad I saw you were having a live show." Yep. Got any questions? You can ask them. That's what these lives are typically for, but nobody really ever asks any questions. No, we get questions every now and then, but it's mostly just a hangout. Grow a beard, it helps. Well, you just wake up with drool all in your beard. basically. So what do the girls do? Maybe you could get a mouth guard. You know, like a football mouth guard? They make those football mouth guards that look like it's got a mouth guard that goes on the inside, but then the outside it like covers your mouth. It's to keep people from smashing you in the face. You could always wear one of those to sleep at night. That'd keep your whole mouth shut. That's some good thinking right there. Let's see if I can find this. I think these next couple weeks, while I'm looking for this, I'm actually going to start sending emails out, not only to Denture Rescue, because like I said at the beginning of this, I want I want more people to know about their full services. I want people to know about their full dentures and stuff like that. But I think I'm also going to send affordable dentures an email, and I wish dent kits was still a thing. I think they're not. They don't make them anymore, or the denture box. One of them, dent kits or the denture box, whichever one you send in your stuff and you get stuff back. Uh, Full dentures back. I'm gonna start emailing some folks and seeing if they want to enter into any type of an agreement to for me to make a video on the process. At the very beginning of this whole thing, that was the original goal: is to make the now dentures first, and then go to affordable dentures, and then go, work my way all the way up. But these have been so good, and I like them so much that I don't see any point in wasting the money. Like, I just don't. So I just decided to put that on the shelf for a while and decided not to do it. And now I think it would be the right time. Here, this is what I'm talking about. Is it going to show me a picture? There. See how that mouth guard? It just covers the mouth, the whole mouth. That would work. Maybe. Go to a sports place and get one. Monica says, I'm late, but I'm here. Nice to see you, Monica. Yeah, I was thinking that same thing, Shannon Cat. If she said if you order them separate, you basically get $10 off. That's kind of the best way to do it. One at a time. That was my big thing, Linda, is I was afraid that they wouldn't, because the first pair that I ordered were separate. And that's this pair here. So I'm going to show you guys this again, which they're different now. So they've upgraded, and they've gotten a little better since the first pair that I ever shown. So when I got them together, because these ones actually came from them together, this is how the teeth match up perfectly. But these first ones that I ordered separately, I can't even match them up like that. They don't match up in the back. You see, there's a gap. So they do match up. The teeth do match up, but there's a gap in the back part that the other teeth don't have. They're just shaped a little different. So, and these were from Amazon. So it could be a numerous things, because on Amazon it's secondary sellers and stuff. So these could just be an old product that they had on hand that I ordered, and then they sold them to me one at a time. But I get these, yeah, they don't match up nearly as good when you try to get them together. Yeah. So it was a little weird feeling, but these were the first pair that I ever wore. It just makes it a little bit harder to get it to work in your mouth and get them to match up right. The teeth themselves match up. and you have a good bite force and everything with them. They just, in the back, they don't. They just kind of, the top ones go up in the back. So that's what I was worried about ordering them one at a time, is that they wouldn't match up nearly as with each other because they're made for each other. And I thought maybe when you buy the set that they are two pairs of teeth made for each other. But I've actually been talking to other people who ordered them one at a time, and they've had really good success with them, and they don't have this same issue that I had like over a year ago when I got these. Because I got these over a year ago, and I could have got, like, even though I got them over a year ago, they could be like a year old when I got them. So they could be, you know, a couple years old already. And since then, like, you can see the older ones, the newer ones. Like, you can tell the gum color never changes, and you can see that these gum color is darker than that gum color. So they've obviously changed their acrylic color a little bit and have upgraded a little bit. So I've noticed that there are a few scam ads in between your videos. Yep, we were just talking about that earlier. Yeah, and I get it too. I get how some people can see it and not realize that it's an ad and think that it's part of the video. But that's why I always try to get across that, you know, pay attention. I totally get it though. Monica said, when I opened YouTube and went to your channel, it looked like an advertisement for the thermal things. And it said, I think paid incentive or something like that. So uh, like I said, those product placement things that only sell the top ones from Walmart, that one is a commission. So there's a shopping option on YouTube, and when you make a video, you can do a product placement on it, and anybody that clicks on it and buys it, you get a commission based on it. So that is different than Denture Rescue, and I only have that on there, like I said earlier, because some people will not, they just will not go to denturerescue.com, even though it's cheaper and better, and I say to only go there. They just won't, and they only trust places like Walmart and Amazon and stuff like that, and Temu and stuff like that. So I try to put at least a product placement in there from somewhere people can trust. That way, and they're more expensive. I'd rather you not. I think everybody would have more luck if they just go to denturerescue.com, but I just keep it in there so those people who just refuse to go there will actually have a place that they can go. There's a lot of people who just don't trust individual websites like that. Yeah, there's a video that has that thermoplastic embedded in it. It's one of the products on there too. Monica said, "Is that from you showing the exactly?" Yeah, that's that's one of the products that you can tag, and it's in one or two of my videos. So when you have a shopping thing and you're able to add stuff, sometimes whenever you go to the actual page itself, it'll show you different products that are actually advertised on that YouTube. So any videos that you have that have product placement and stuff in it. So every now and then you could go there and there might be like PRS guitars on there, because I have a few videos on there where I'm playing my guitar and I've put product placement. Nobody's ever going to buy a PRS through my videos, but if they ever do, it's going to be a huge commission. So I'm going to put it on there just in case. But that doesn't mean that I get constant commission from it. It's just if somebody clicks on it and buys it. I'm like way behind on the thing. I'm trying to catch up. Good. Yeah, Anthony said he ordered his first set separate and they matched. That's good to know. Shannon Cat's got to go mow the lawn. It's been raining a lot here lately. I don't know if our yard needs it. No, I think I just mowed it the other day. Have fun mowing, Shannon. Did I freeze? Hermit said, "Did you freeze?" I didn't see it freeze. I didn't see a bitrate drop or anything. Yeah, you can order more of the heat activated stuff if you get the Easy Denture stuff. So you can go on Amazon and just look up the Easy Denture thermoplastic. It's a reliner kit by Easy Denture. It's literally just pieces of, it's two like almost circular pieces of that thermoplastic. That's all it is, and it matches really well. It's actually almost a better, it's almost a better heat and mold activated plastic stuff. It's I think it's easier to form than even the Easy Dentures. Like the Easy Dentures take like you put them in the boiling water for like a minute and then you take them out for a minute and then you start messing with them. And they're kind of tough to deal with because they're mixed in with this other style of thermoplastic. It's rough. I hated doing it. But these are just the thermoplastic by itself, and it does really good. In fact, I think you can go to Jesse Dent on Amazon, and I think you can find some reliner or some heat and mold plastic. I think it's Jesse Dent. I'll have to remember and find that out. And that stuff's really awesome to play around with because you can actually fold it in on itself, and it actually doesn't stick together. If that's the one I'm thinking of. Well, I appreciate that. She said, I personally would love to buy things that you get a commission from. I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't. If I was you, I would go and get them from Amazon where it's cheaper. Like I said, I just put it there in case people are having trouble and they want to order it from there. But I think it's like a few dollars more, if I remember right. It's like 20 bucks or something from Amazon. I'm terrible. See, I'm a terrible salesman. Don't buy from me, buy from the other guy. It is fun size. You're right. It's from Easy Denture. Well, you don't get it from Easy Denture. You can get it from Amazon. But it's an Easy Denture product. It says Easy Denture on it. It's made by Easy Denture. And I've been trying to talk Denture Rescue into making their own because I'm like, hey, Easy Denture is the only one who makes it that I. Easy Denture is the only one who makes that product that's just enough for both of yours. So, like I showed you guys, um, this pair here was redone with the Easy Denture stuff, and it's just enough to do both of your things. There's just enough in there for both of your dentures. Like it's almost a perfect amount. So I told Denture Rescue, like you're missing out on a product like that you can get out there because once people get these now dentures, now they need now denture care, and you could do reliner kits all day because the unfortunate side effect of heat and mold plastic is it does stain, especially if you're a smoker. So you're going to want to replace that stuff every now and then. Every now and then. I find that if you replace tiny little bits at a time, like just do the front top part, like in that video I did the whole thing, but if you do just tiny little spots at a time, it'll be a whole lot easier on you to keep the same form and not have to reshape it. Donna says her daughter's going to go with Easy Denture because she still has some of her teeth. I hope it works out for her. Both of them are kind of for if you don't have any, but I have heard more people have success with Easy Denture if they have teeth. Um, I wouldn't do it unless you don't have any. Or if you're talking about she doesn't have some on one side but does have some on the other, then Easy Denture is perfect for that because you can actually shape it a little bit better to your existing teeth. They do sell thermoplastic beads on Amazon, but they're not really the right uh, color. The Easy Denture ones are a perfect color, perfect match, and there's a perfect amount. So it's kind of just the easier thing to do. Just go on and get the right amount at the right color. I've went through and seen a whole bunch of different thermoplastic beads. I guess you could get your own food safe dye and make your own color. But they make like clear thermoplastic, they make pink thermoplastic, they make all sorts of different beads that you could get your own amount and like squish them together. Thank you, Minnie. Jesse Dent is the one. Shannon said, I wish the chat was accessible. The only part of the chat that's not going to be accessible later is the very, very beginning. But I did actually click on, we'll see, because I clicked on a new thing on here. The actual chat to the side should still be available. And if that's the case, if once I get off here and the side chat's still available, then I'm going to actually do away with the one that I've been trying to run because I've had nothing but issues with it. Which the one that runs on the video, I had it screwed up for like the first half. That was my fault. But I've had problems in the past with it. But there, I found a spot whenever I was going through the settings, and it had a spot where I can enable the chat after the live is over. So I'm hoping that that keeps the chat to the side so anybody can get on and read through the chat. It'd be good for me because there's some stuff that we've talked about in this that I would love to get back on. And that's why I started doing this on the video, because it's harder to look at on the video because then I got to go find the right spot in the video to actually go back and read the comments. So it'd be nice if it was at the side where I could just scroll through the comments themselves. That's what I want. And I've seen people be able to do that. So it's you can do it somehow. We're going to find out today. But anyways, we've talked about stuff in some of the past live events where people have suggested things that I wanted to look into later, and then I got back on and I couldn't figure out where it was. So, and I'm probably not going to get back on and watch an entire 2 hours. I'm going to be scanning through it, and if you don't land on the right spot, then you're just never going to find it. So I want that live chat that I can scroll through. Anthony said we need to find out where these. I agree with you. I debated that. They have to come from China somewhere. I swear they're being made in China, and they have them, and they're like a distributor. And if I can find the original company that makes them, because I don't think now Denture Rescue actually makes them. I could be wrong because they make all the other stuff, so they have the ability to make them. But there's also another brand that's the exact same thing as Now Dentures. There's the same price, same everything, and I haven't been able to find. If you go on Amazon, you can find them. They're just called Boil and Bite, but you can't look them up and find like who runs the thing. You know what I mean? I think it's just like a person on Amazon selling them. That's why I found Denture Rescue and just messaged Denture Rescue. But there's got to be a place that makes these that we can buy them from for cheaper, and then I would just run my own company. If it was a company for me to run, I would actually be more willing to go around to the different dentists and stuff and like offer them, which I'm planning on doing this summer anyway. It's like I'm planning on at least going to my local ones and saying, hey, this is a product that's available, because there's still a lot of people locally that don't know about them. not being able to get dentures. Well, some people have. I mean, if basically you're missing teeth on one side and you have teeth on another, there's people that it has worked for with the now dentures and they like them a whole lot more. Um, but they do make partials and stuff that people have looked into and have actually gotten and liked. But yeah, that is kind of a little bit of a market that they, and it's part of the it's part of the deal though. That's the only thing that sucks, because the reason why these are so good is because they are regular dentures. They're a resin tooth that's in an acrylic base, and then so they're as hard and as durable as a regular denture. They're going to last just as long as any regular denture because of the strength of the acrylic. But easy denture are not going to last that long, and they're not going to be that good because it's a 100% thermoplastic. So it's just the teeth, and the part that the teeth go into are a heavier duty thermoplastic. So you can't like mold them like you can mold the stuff on the top. So it goes like a softer thermoplastic to a harder thermoplastic. They're just not going to last nearly as long because thermoplastic just doesn't last that long. It gets brittle after a while. Like, that's why these are such the best option, is because they are going to last you. You can get a pair and they're going to last you forever. Or they should last you a long time. And then if any teeth come out, all you got to do is get that fix it repair stuff that you use for any regular denture, and it's going to work. Because I've had to repair one anyways. It works perfectly. They're just like any other denture. The only thing is you have no trips to the dentist. Like, you save money from not going to the dentist to do all the reliners and stuff like that when they don't inevitably don't fit you in the first place. Because most dentures, even if you're paying like 5 grand for, they're not going to fit you right. It might take time to show the actual chat. Like, yeah, I hope it does it. I hope you're able to see it like within at least a day. Like, once the monetization check goes through, that I'm hoping it shows the live chat after that. I gave my email in the video with fun size, the fun size review video. My email's in that one. Bryson did. That'd be funny. Lori says, "Where exactly do I get these dentures? Do you recommend getting upper and lower, or can I get upper dentures then lower dentures?" It's so you're getting it cheaper if you get one at a time. We were just talking about that. So if you buy the top pair and the bottom pair in separate orders, you're going to be saving $20 rather than saving 10, because if you use my discount code, you save $10. So, and it's much cheaper if you do one at a time. So yes, you can buy the top and then later buy the bottom, or however you want to do it. And then you just go to denturerescue.com. I'm sure Fun Size will put it somewhere. Oh, it's already there. Right as I'm looking. I'm sure she's already answered this question too. So, yes, Donna, I agree. The insurance companies need to get on board 100%. Yeah, Jesse Dent did have an exact identical product before, and then for some odd reason stopped. I don't know why. It's weird. I seen that when I was looking through and doing some research online. I actually seen that Jesse Dent had this exact same denture. That's why that the Boil and Bite product and then Denture Rescue all having basically the same thing um, makes me think it's being made somewhere else, and they're getting it probably for half the price and selling it for that in America. It'd be nice to see now dentures or denture rescue actually have multiple locations and actually offer something, because it. I wish somebody from Cleveland. We need to have somebody from Cleveland join these lives and try to find denture rescue if there's like a warehouse, or he's an actual dentist. So there's got to be a dentist, Dr. Jeffy, in Cleveland, Ohio, that you can go to his dentist um, place and see if you can actually use insurance to obtain these in Cleveland, Ohio. But also, insurance companies have the right to deny paying for a product like this, I'm sure, since it's considered a DIY thing. I wonder if they would refuse. No, fun size, you do great. You do so great. You answer questions before I do most of the time. I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom. Be right back. Hope you can't hear this. Okay, I'm, I am back. Donna says there's a dental labs that makes dental products, but not to the public. Is that, did you look that up on Google? I'm looking it up real quick. Dr. Jeffy, Cleveland, Ohio. Barry R. Jeffy, DD. Shirley Jeffy. Let's see. 6285 Pearl Road, Cleveland, Ohio. Let's see what happens when I click on the website. Welcome to BRJ and Associates in Greater Cleveland area. Dr. Barry Jeffy has been practicing since 1970. We offer outstanding patient care for children and adults. Huh. Voted one of the best dentists in America. It has a, I'm gonna have to show you guys this here in a second. I was gonna see if I could get a picture. Hmm. There's like Adam Jaffe, and then I can't remember what the other one is. There's two Jaffes. Because Adam's the one that I talk to, but I think every time that I see the videos, it's another guy, Doctor something Jaffe. So I think it's different. It might be a family business. let's go to so did you wash your hands? Quick wipes, right? Oh, it's Dr. Sam Jaffe. And then I talked to a guy named Adam Jaffe. I wonder if it's a father and son. If you go to denturerescue.com, it actually has about bio for Dr. Sam Jaffe DDS. They have a now denture protection plan. I didn't see this on here prior. Hold on, maybe I can. Let me go back here so I can see if you guys are saying anything because I can't see you now. Oop, it stopped. Let me get down to the bottom. Donna said she Googled the country or the company. Mike says, I don't think 3D printer filament is safe for putting in your mouth. What's 3D printed filament? So, so I used to do 3D printing all the time. There's different types of filament, so it depends on what you're talking about. So they make filament all the way from like PLA plastic. They make um, ABS plastic. They make TPG. They make metal. They make carbon fiber. Like any type of material that you can think of, they have a 3D filament pretty much made from it. So they have acrylic filament as well. It just takes different types of temperatures and different types of settings to get it to work. So just saying a blanket statement of I don't think printer filament is safe to put in your mouth. It depends on what type of printer filament there is because 3D printers are so advanced now that you can make anything. In fact, they make clothing in 3D printing as well, like fabrics and things like that. So the 3D printing is just the way that it's done. Three different ways to do 3D printing with like they do have full resin 3D printing, which the teeth in these are made out of resin. You can make the whole thing out of resin, depending on what type of resin it is. Again, with resin, there's also PLA, PRTG, TPU, ABS, like any type, including acrylic and stuff like that. It just depends on what type of resin you get. Like just like with the Bowden printers, when it comes to regular rolled filament, resin also has that same type of plastic because it's just a chemical compound like polyurethane and other things that create plastic. Um, so making a blanket statement of saying filament isn't good in your mouth, there's certain types that would be perfectly safe and fine, and there's even food safe products. Um, in fact, I used to have rolls of filament that was food safe plastic. So actually, there's a lot of companies now that are fully 3D printing because they have Bowden tube 3D printing that feeds filament through a Bowden tube into a heating element, which takes it around and builds things from a platform up. They make resin, which is basically just a platform that goes down into a resin base. Light shines to harden the resin, and it keeps going up as the light shines and creates sections. And they have this stuff that's built inside sand. So, like, you basically, it shoots this plastic inside of the sand, and then you basically go into the sand and shake it all off, and you have this printed thing. Like there's all sorts of. I think there's another one too that's kind of like that. The more industrial style 3D printers. Um, Basically 3D printer. A lot of people now, because desktop 3D printers, Bowden desktop 3D printers, and resin desktop 3D printers have gotten so popular. When you hear 3D printer, you kind of think of that. But they have these gigantic industrial 3D printers that are about the size of your room that use all sorts of different type of filaments. They've also got gigantic 3D printers that actually build homes that are really really cool. So we kind of imagine desktop 3D printers, I think, now when people talk about it, but there's so many type of industrial 3D printers that use all different types of methods. There's the sand, there's gel. It shoots these pieces of plastic and it stops inside of these, or it maybe it places. I can't remember exactly how it does it inside of the gel, but it basically holds it inside of this gel, so you don't have to have any type of components to hold it up like you would do with a desktop 3D printer, like a resin 3D printer or a Bowden 3D printer. You can still on a home 3D printer, you can still get food safe plastics. In fact, you can get food safe PLA. Um, just kind of depends. I don't think now dentures 3D prints. I really don't. I don't. They might. The teeth might be because they're resin teeth, but the acrylic base has to be made with a mold to get it as smooth as it is. So if you go through my videos, you'll see that I have tons of 3D printing videos. Tons. I used to make and sell 3D printed helmets. So like Power Rangers helmets, Star Wars helmets, all that stuff. I had like 4 3D printers, and I had tons of 3D. In fact, uh, hold on. I think I still have like 3D printer film. It usually comes on a roll like this. This is old. This roll is actually TPU. You can see all the dust flying off of it. But this roll is from probably about 8 or 9 years ago, and this is TPU. So it's like rubber. You can stretch it. And I made like footballs and basketballs and stuff out of it. And then I don't know if I have any actual hard plastics anywhere around here. I don't think I do. But I mean, see, I used to make like, it's one of my 3D prints. So I used to make them and paint them, and so sold pretty good for a while. So I'm pretty passionate about 3D printing, but the technology, back when I made these, the technology was very minimal and very primitive, and they were just getting desktop 3D printers. Really, the popularity on desktop 3D printers was like blowing up, and I kind of got into it at the same time everybody else started getting into desktop 3D printing. But the technology that's went into 3D printers and stuff nowadays is just insane, and they can basically 3D print anything out of any type of material that you want. It is crazy. Yeah, there's certain countries that they build entire full houses in concrete 3D print. It's pretty awesome. They've even got some gigantic plastic ones too that they're starting to create. That's they're taking old plastics and stuff, recycling it, and putting it through this gigantic Bowden printer to create like housing and stuff like that. It's pretty legit. You can do your own vampire things. But I've thought about that because you can actually, they've got all sorts of scanners now that they didn't have back then. Like if I wanted to scan something, I had to go get a Xbox first gen Connect that had like actual 3D depth perception and stuff. And I had to scan something and take like thousands of pictures of it over and over again until I got a good print. And I took it to work. I don't have it here anymore, but I got a 3D print of bust of my head that I have sitting at my desk at work now. Um, but now you can actually take your iPhone, download an app, scan something, send it to this application, and then it will literally, you could scan just the front of my face. That's it. Just, and it will build an entire 3D print of your head, guessing at what the back of your head looks like just based on an array of AI knowledge, like, which is crazy. So I have thought about that. I just don't have any 3D printers inside. Well, I have this 3D printer, but it's not a good one. It's the last 3D printer that I've owned. It's pretty dusty.
Are you off?
Do what?
Are you done?
No, I was just reading through comments. Why was I being quiet?
Yeah.
It's about time to make pork chops. Got about 15 minutes more, guys, and then I got to start making pork. Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you run to Walmart real quick? I need some more bell peppers and onions, like one red, one green, some onions, because I got to flavor up the flat iron.
Can you text me everything you need? Because you know I'll forget.
That's just those three things.
You know I'll forget. A red pepper, a green pepper, and some onions.
Yep, that should be good. And then I have that clove of garlic, which I'll use. And I got to chop everything up and mix together. And then
My pajamas.
I'm literally just going to use it all to flavor the flat iron. That's it. And then I'm gonna throw the pork chops on it.
I'm going dressed like this.
Okay. I'm, makes no difference to me.
You wanna be with me?
He said, "Oh my, print of one's face." Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. And if you get it, it's crazy because I was huge into drones and huge into 3D printing. Like technology was just big for me. That's all I ever. Oh, sorry. One second. Let me. I don't know what just happened. But anyways, I was so big into these two different industries, basically these two technology industries. I was huge into all this new technology coming out. Then after a while, I just kind of got bored with it and got out of 3D printing and drones. And when I got back into it after a while, it's just like the technology that goes into drones now is has just it's just insanity now. The stuff that they put in it, along with like just 3D printing alone, the technology and that the programs and the software that comes with 3D printing now is just crazy. Donna said I used to be computer illiterate. Now that's how I feel sometimes. It's like if I'm not on it, I was working from home. When I got into drones and 3D printing and stuff, I was working from home for like 7 years. So I had nothing to do while I was collecting data, but pull up YouTube on the side and just watch what people were doing. And so I just got into all this different technology and software and stuff. And I even helped them make a new drone software that they use in drones all the time now. It's to help do it's waypoints, so you can set waypoints and basically get a drone to fly completely autonomous, like DJI drones. And what it used to be is you used to have to fly up, you'd fly your drone on over, and while you're going, you had to fly it manually, and while you're flying over to certain areas, you had to set waypoints and set where your camera was going to be at these waypoints. And then you fly it slow so it's not cinematic or anything. Once you got all these waypoints set, you fly it back, you set it back at home, and then you can hit go, and then it would literally smoothly fly over all these waypoints autonomously and then fly back. That's how autonomous drone flight used to be. You still had to fly the original flight yourself. And then I helped design this one where you could actually go in and you could use Google Maps and you could put how high your drone was going to go up, what waypoint you were going to set, and which direction your camera was going to aim. All from the ground before you even hit go. Because the problem with it is back then drones could only fly for like
White.
huh?
What color onions? Or yellow or
White.
White.
But anyways, so when you had to fly the original, drones only lasted for like 5 minutes, and then they got up to like 10-minute flight with these secondary batteries. And so even that, like you're flying one flight and you're using half your battery and you're coming back, and it just kind of sucks. You didn't really have enough battery flight. You get halfway through your waypoints and your drone would come back. So we made up this software where you could actually use Google Maps and you could set your height, your direction. So your drone would actually fly sideways with your camera pointed at a specific target. And you'd go around and hit all these specific waypoints that you preset, and then it would come back. And the first time it was ever flown was here in Arc City, because I got the software, plugged it into my DJI software, and then hit go, and we were having a festival here. And I wish I still had this video. It was on my original Facebook that ended up being deleted. But it was this amazing, fully autonomous flight all the way downtown while we were having this big festival, and then flew all the way around this carnival and stuff, and then flew all the way back. And it just had perfect camera angles and stuff. And that same software has been used in every drone since then. So it only sucks because we were just trying to make something that everybody could have. It was an open. Back then we called it OpenTX. What do they call it now? It was open for anybody and everybody to use, and then it just got integrated into other software, and I never made any money off of it. I wish we would have. I wish we would have actually went in and got. What do they call it? I can't think of what it's called. Where it's yours. There was just so many of us on it. There was like 8 or 9 of us that were working on the same software. We all designed little portions of it. Not permits. Why can't I think of the word? Where like you create something and then it's yours, and if everybody else uses it, they have to pay you. What is that called? I can't think of what the word is. It's just escaped my brain. Open source. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Hugh. Patent. That's the other word I was thinking of. My brain is just not working. I wish we would have patented it. I wish we'd have all gotten together and agreed to patent it. But back then in the drone community, everybody was coming up with new stuff constantly. It was all open source, and we were all just sharing it with each other because everybody wanted it. And so back then you couldn't fly HD. It was all analog, which the difference is night and day. And now everything's HD, and there's so many HD companies out there that create HD video cameras that stream live. Back then you couldn't stream HD live without like 3 or 4 second gap in timing, so you couldn't fly like fast drones or anything that way. So all that stuff came to be through open source. So when it finally came to be where companies could get this and create their own products like DJI and Walksnail and all these other companies that started creating HD, none of it's patented. They just are taking what everybody else created and they're creating a company out of it, which I think is cool. And I think the drone community likes it because then one person can't just corner the market and upcharge everybody. As long as it's all open source and everybody owns it, it's cheaper. Because if nobody wants to pay your rates, then they can just go make it themselves. Oh, that sounds cool, Donna. Lady Lou says, sorry, I'm late to the party. It's not really a party. No, I'm just kidding. It's always a party. Everybody here's cool. At least I'm not drinking today. I was drinking on the last one, and I got pretty... I got pretty bleached up. I'm just kidding. I was starting to slur my words on the last... at the end of the last live. Like, I got off of here, and I told my wife, I was like, I had to get off because one more drink, and I'd have been... I'm just such a lightweight now because I don't really drink that much. That sounds pretty fun. Well, we've got about 7 more minutes, everybody. Is there anything else anybody wants to get out before we get off of here? And I start making pork chops. Because I'm so ready to make pork chops. Debbie, did you just get on, or there's always every now and then it's like 5 or 6 minutes until the end of the live, and somebody gets on and they're like, yes, I'm glad I'm here. That always sucks, but it is what it is. I'm on for 2 hours, so I could make it. Whoa, what's happening? My phone just started going. I was trying to look at something and just started playing a video. Don't you hate that if you're ever sitting in the middle of... I do that all the time. I'll be bored and I'll be sitting at like a waiting room, you know, like a clinic or something. And it's just like your mind clicks into, I'm bored. I'm just going to do what I typically do when I'm bored. And you just click on an app and start going through it. And then suddenly it's like you click on TikTok or something like that, and it plays a video full blast, and you're just like, oh crap, hurrying up and trying to get it shut down. I do that all the time. Donna, my email, like I said, my email is in. Just go look at the video. The last video that I uploaded with Fun Sizes reviewing it. My email's in that. Just go. I don't like to put it out too much because then people get it, and I literally just don't want to be spammed by people. And the more I put it out, every now and then there's just somebody who won't stop emailing me. So go to that one. Go to that video. It's like right after, I think it's right after her review. Been an interesting chat. Learn to use toothpicks to clean. Can 3D print one's face. I'm glad you learned a few things, especially about putting your gums together. I can't put mine in. Some people can. I can't. I've seen people be able to like shut their mouth and be able to take their bottom lip and wrap it around their nose, because when you don't have any teeth, it closes that gap way more. So your bottom lip is pretty much all the way up here. And a lot of people can put their bottom lip around their nose. People do that on the internet all the time to get clicks. I'm telling you, you can find people. There's a black guy on there that he hangs out with all these goofy looking dudes. There's one guy who like pops his eyeballs out and stuff. Another guy that's like super super skinny. But this guy doesn't have any teeth. And not only doesn't he have any teeth, but I think he's been without teeth for a long time, because I don't think he has any gums either. But he never wears teeth. And he's always like smashing his face all up, and he can actually, his nose goes in and his bottom lip goes like above his nose, and he's like, dude, it's crazy. I bet plenty of you guys have seen that guy. You guys are a great group. Yep, good. Well, here we're about there, aren't we? Huh? Yep. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes till it's over. I just try to at least stay on here for exactly 2 hours. Well, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes because I start the live stream 15 minutes before, but I don't actually come on until 6 o'clock. But just in case, because I always feel like I get off of here, and then about 10 minutes after I get off of here, there's usually one or two people that leave in the regular comments, not in the chat, but in the regular comments, like a question of some kind. So everybody that's getting off, man, good night. Thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Hugh. Make sure everybody reminds your friends to watch that video. Share it. Share it as much as you can. We'll get to the giveaways quicker the more people that watch it. So once it gets to 2,000 views, I will announce that it's at 2,000 views, and then I will let you guys know which Sunday live we will be doing the giveaway on. And then Donna, I'll look for your... If you don't email me though, Donna, I will ask you before the giveaway. So I won't forget that. I got the list somewhere. And hey, wouldn't it be cool if your name got drawn and you won, and then you could just give it to somebody that's on? Wouldn't that be fun? You can give them all to, you know, I don't know, somebody. He said, yep, weird, didn't know about the guns. May try the lip around the nose for the grandkiddos. It would be entertaining. I have a feeling that when I get older and I have grandkids, I'm gonna be goofy as hell to them. So it's a good idea. All right. Well, it's 8 o'clock, guys. Everybody's already saying their good nights, so good night, everybody. I appreciate everybody joining. Um, Make sure that you just share the video. Well, any one of them, really. But the giveaway, and like I said, once it reaches 2,000 views, I will 100% get on as soon as it hits 2,000. I'll let you guys know in a short. I'll probably just post a short saying we've reached 2,000, and then I'll tell you which Sunday we're going to go live and do that giveaway. So I will be here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Remember that, guys. Every Sunday I get somebody that messages me or something that says, weren't you supposed to be on now at 5 o'clock? And I'm like, 6 p.m. Central, guys. So just remember. I will see everybody next time. Y'all have a wonderful night. Let me find this thing here. There we go. All right. See ya.